Alrighty, so the Final Boss Brothers, or Trio, or whatever you want to call this, is finally out with the new update, of course. And we're going to be messing around with the points team today because, unfortunately, we're in the top 2% at the moment. We're at 6.4k, almost 6.5. But you're basically just going to be using a full Goddess team. There's actually, this one's fairly simple, pretty straightforward. You can probably auto this if you really want to for easy points, or for just like the exchange shop points or whatever. But overall, the system here seems to be kind of sort of straightforward, I guess. I was actually really confused as to why they were using Red Sariel in the back for whatever reason, but it's actually because of this first challenge right here, which is clear with only Goddess heroes in the team, and then the rest of these, except for stance skills, is going to be pretty easy to do, I say, but you might have to get a little bit of RNG on as far as like getting a decent flood card going with either of these characters, along with a decent buff in hand as well to actually try to hit 400k. So you definitely want to try to proc Liz's passive if you're going to go for her. I definitely recommend it doing that way. And then going into phase 2, you can be attack sealed and kind of have a little bit of trouble there, just like them slowing you down. And if you get attack sealed, you can't use ultimates because we're our Oath of Combat, so you want to try to, I think, just go into the second phase with really good AoE cards if possible. So we're going to merge that. I think we're going to get rid of this one, and then I don't know. I'm in kind of a weird spot. I think I'm gonna bank all of my damage on Liz here. So if we can proc her passive, get her 15% stat boost, along with having a decent buff card and using a good flood card, we should be in a pretty decent position, because I think he's gonna end up disabling himself here with Tarmiel. They actually go for him pretty much every time because he's the one that has type disadvantage. So I'm kind of tempted to see if we can hit 400k with this, but because of the type disadvantage, I'm actually pretty weary. So let's go for the single target here. Try to get rid of Estarossa, I think, and then maybe get Liz a little bit closer to ultimate, so that way her AoE skill does a little bit more in the second phase. Okay, we get a level 2 flood card, which is pretty good. The counter is pretty troublesome, I think. I think what we're going to do is go ahead and cleanse that off, merge these, and see if Tarmiel can kill here. I'm kind of skeptical. I don't think he's going to be able to. Maybe, yeah, I think I should have used the level 2 cleanse, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping to get it as a level 3, but now we're going to start to have a really big issue of clogging up our hand. So I think I should have just used that and then used the attack up as well. So let's go for both of these buffs and see if we can hit 400k on Liz here, or with the Liz. Okay, so we proc her passive there. She gets the stat buff. We have a bunch of extra buffs on. Oh, wow. All right, well, I completely forgot about Estarossa's ultimate, so that is quite quite embarrassing. Okay. Now he's got the counter up. We literally can't attack, so big rip. I guess this is a good example of like what you probably shouldn't be doing. I'm gonna probably just run through the rest of this run and try to salvage it just for the points, and then I'll come back. We'll try to have a better run. Okay, so I'm pretty sure my Liz passive is going to proc this turn, and we'll get rid of our attack-related stats debuff here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to deal with Zeldris' ultimate, I think, but we have a level 2 flood card. We have 2 level 2 buffs. I think we should be able to hit the mark here on the 400k, I hope. So yeah, we have the basic stats. We have 2 buffs up, or both of the buffs up. Ooh, okay, so that's almost 700k, which is really good. So that completes that mission. We're on turn 5, which is kind of bad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete it within 8 turns at this point, so let's try to... I don't even... With these cards, I don't know that I can kill both of these characters. Hopefully with the buffs, that kills... That kills Zeldris. I'm very doubtful, though. Which these at this point the ultimates are clogging up my hand, so I'm really not happy with that. Oh, it was so close to killing Zeldris. No. I think we're gonna end up kind of screwing this run up. I think if you have better RNG and you can get some of these cards a lot earlier, which at this point I would want to go into phase 2 with both of these in hand, but we're not gonna be able to do it. I think at this point we just use this card. We're going to end up pulling Tarmiel's ultimate either way. Okay, so that kills, which is good. We have a level 3 buff. This is turn 8, I think. Yeah, turn 8. So, this is a level 1 card, though. We're gonna try. I highly doubt this one-shots, but I think ideally you would want to have a decent level, a decent AoE card at this point. Have max ultimate move gauge so it does as much damage as humanly possible. Yeah, 809's not bad at all. Like I'm not gonna complain, but we get attack sealed, which is definitely not good. And then I really don't need to use the ultimates if possible. We're going to lose out on the complete within 8 turns, unfortunately. But I think it's worth it to try and just go ahead and finish this out. I think we'll still get a decent score. I hope that it'll be better than my previous score. The one that we started with, I actually ended up beating my previous score by just like a couple of points. I was a little bit over 6,500. So I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll be in a decent spot here. We'll go ahead and buff up because why not? And then go into the attacks here. We should be able to kill Estarossa no problem. We didn't use an ultimate, so that's an extra 20% on our score. So I don't know. Maybe it's something decent. Maybe like 7K. I don't know. What do we got? It depends on how big that buff was, or the big that score modifier was. Ooh, yeah, way worse actually. 6K, which is, I mean, not bad, but that was okay. But then, yeah, we lost out on 15% there, and we gained the 20%. So it took us way more turns altogether. Not the greatest, but you kind of see how the actual team is supposed to work there. I'll probably keep kind of messing around with this. If I end up finding a decently good farming team, I'll definitely post about that as well. But that is pretty much the gist of the fight. Obviously, you might have to worry about some of the attack seals and some of the weird, more annoying kind of mechanics with this one. But, it just kind of is what it is. So, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any alternate teams or anything interesting that you want to talk about with the final boss, or you have any tips or tricks or whatever the case may be, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. But other than that, I will see you guys later. So feel free to subscribe, all that good stuff. And, yeah, see you in the next one. Alrighty, so out of curiosity, I might tack this on at the very end if this is a decent score or not. But, might have an okay run. I'm still on turn 7 right here, so right before the cutoff. And I might actually win this. I've already completed the 400k attack score one in the first turn. So, okay, we do kill. What do we get? Almost 900k, actually, pretty good. All right, what are we looking at here? Come on, baby, come on. I think this should be pretty good. I'm hoping. 7.6k, not bad at all. Not quite 8k. Obviously, the guy in first place has 8.5, and I'm sure it's going to keep going up further than that. But hey, that was a pretty good run, gotta say. I mean, pretty easy stuff.